Okay, and welcome to this video. Today I am going to just introduce you to the concept of setting up very clear products and service offerings on your website. That's where it starts, and then it branches on out to your Google business profile and your social media pages. So we're going to give an example of one that's not so good and one that is very good, so you can see the difference. So let's start out with Chico's. Chico's is a clothing store at the mall. We have one mall around here. It's a local mall, and they mostly rely on foot traffic. So they just have a website here that's more or less just an online signboard, kind of like you might see on the front of their store. And it does have what you might call a call to action here on their homepage. It just shows where they're at and what their business hours are, because there's nothing for you to do on this website other than see it and think, hey, next time I'm at the mall, I'm going to walk into Chico's. So that's an example of a website that is just kind of pretty, but does absolutely really nothing for your business. So let's take a look now at a much better website. Okay, this is Susie B's, and it's a store that sells formals. And so the reason I picked this is because they have a very clear section right above the fold here that shows their different main offerings. Prom 26 coming up this year, suits and tuxedos, and formals. What they want you to do is make an appointment so you can come in and they can take it from there. So that's the option that they have. Front and center is click that button and you can make an appointment. So that shows that they've thought this thing through a little bit, and they have done a really fine job of setting up their website. So enjoy the rest of this video presentation and learn how you can apply this information and this tactic to your own online storefront.
If you run a local business, you already know the drill. You are balancing inventory, managing the floor, and dealing with a constantly buzzing phone. The last thing you have time for is digital housekeeping. Because time is tight, many operators try to cover every base by listing every service they've ever offered on their website. They treat the homepage like a comprehensive encyclopedia. But local search traffic moves fast. Visitors give you about 3 seconds to prove you can solve their problem. A cluttered list of 20 options creates friction that drives potential customers straight to your competitors. To fix this, we use a digital front door strategy. You feature exactly 3 core offerings on the homepage, each paired with a clear, immediate booking action. The difference is immediate. On the left, 25 services compete for attention. On the right, the digital front door. This layout provides the immediate clarity that tells a visitor they have found exactly what they need. Of course, choosing those 3 services requires a specific framework. You have to decide which offerings are your heavy hitters without worrying about the niche work you might be leaving out. We solve this by using an ROI analysis. By looking at your actual sales data, we can map out which digital maintenance tasks drive local revenue and which are just keeping you busy. Simplifying your digital storefront is a calculated operational move that maximizes your incoming revenue while keeping your total maintenance hours to a minimum. Identifying your flagship offerings is the first step. These are entry points that naturally pull in the highest volume of new customers. We start by applying the 80-20 rule to your sales records. You want to isolate the 20% of your services that generate 80% of your total revenue. Those are your high-impact candidates. Next, we filter those top earners by profit margin. It is more effective to feature the services that keep the most money in your pocket per client rather than just chasing the highest sales volume. Finally, use local keyword research to verify demand. You want to ensure those high-margin services are the same things people in your neighborhood are actually searching for every day. You might worry that removing niche, lower-margin services from the homepage will cost you clients who need those specific things. Remember that those services still live on your subpages. The homepage is not a menu. It is a high-speed funnel designed to capture the most lucrative work available. Curating these top 3 offerings is a high ROI action. It ensures your search traffic is funneled directly into your most profitable operations the moment they land on your site. Once the website is set, your external profiles must follow suit. Your Google Business Profile and social media channels should act as perfect mirrors of your site's core messaging. This starts with your NAP data, your name, address, and phone number. This is the basic information search engines use to confirm your business is legitimate. The rule here is exact synchronization. The contact information in your website's footer is your source of truth. Every other platform must match that formatting exactly. Even minor discrepancies can cause problems. If your site says ST, but your Google profile says street, the algorithm can become confused, which can lower your ranking in local search results. You must audit Google, Facebook, and Yelp to ensure your NAP details and your featured Big 3 services match character for character across the board. Manual synchronization is a tedious task, but it builds the algorithmic credibility needed to improve your local search authority without requiring daily oversight. You can also rotate these featured services to match the time of year. For example, a landscaping company might swap out hardscaping for leaf removal as the seasons change. However, aggressively changing your primary business categories or making sudden shifts on Google often triggers a profile suspension, making your listing disappear overnight. To manage these updates safely, you must follow the Consistency First protocol. As this flowchart shows, the first step is updating your website's hero section. Your site must reflect the seasonal change before you touch any external profiles. Once the website is live, you can update your Google Business Profile services and posts to match. During this process, you must leave your core business name and address untouched to avoid triggering a red flag. If Google detects a new seasonal promotion on your profile that it cannot verify on your linked website, it may flag the profile as deceptive. Capturing seasonal intent is a powerful tactic, but bypassing the website first sequence creates a data mismatch that can lead to a long-term suspension of your Google profile. Having an accurate profile is the baseline, but standing out in a crowded market requires moving beyond basic information. You can take an active role by posting and answering your own frequently asked questions directly on your Google profile. This addresses customer concerns before they even have to ask. You should also prioritize authenticity over production value. While professional shots have their place, raw photos from your customers are often more persuasive. Photos uploaded by real people in your neighborhood carry significant weight. They provide the real-world evidence that local customers look for when comparing options. Finally, make it a point to respond to every review. By professionally addressing negative feedback, you show future prospects exactly how you handle problems and take care of your clients. Managing your social proof requires ongoing effort, but it provides the undeniable evidence needed to convert visitors who are actively shopping around. Most local business owners don't have hours of spare time each week to dedicate to digital marketing. We can break the strategy down into 2 paths. The first is the time-poor baseline, designed for owners who need results without a weekly time commitment. To execute the baseline, you select your flagship 3 services, lock in your exact NAP data across all directories, and then leave the profiles alone. You miss extra traffic from seasonal shifts, but this path protects core revenue and eliminates the risk of a profile suspension. The second path is the optimizer's playbook for businesses that have the capacity to actively manage their presence. This involves executing the quarterly seasonal shift sequence and aggressively soliciting photos and reviews from your customers. This requires about 2 to 4 hours of work per month. In return, you will likely capture market share from competitors who leave their profiles dormant. Your choice of digital strategy comes down to an honest assessment of your weekly capacity to maintain these platforms. Success in local search is driven by data alignment and curation, not by the sheer volume of content you post. Think of it like a physical retail store. A premium shop doesn't try to fit its entire warehouse inventory into the front window display. They pick their best items to create an inviting, clean display. When a passerby stops to look, they immediately understand what the store offers. Your homepage and Google profile serve that same purpose. Their only job is to feature your best work to get the customer through the door. Ruthlessly curating your digital front door is the most effective way to turn a casual local search into immediate revenue.